But did Pope Benedict, did he leave like little clues and signs that this might be coming? Were there little hints that he gave ahead of this? And what might he be teaching us through a move like this?
Well, there were two specific signs. The first one was an interview that he had in 2010, in which he spoke about the necessity of a pope retiring if he felt that he wasn't capable any longer of directing adequately the bark of Peter. And I think that fundamentally comes from what he saw happen with His Holiness John Paul II. I've seen people contrast them, and a line from John Paul II when he said that, Christ does not come down from the cross, etc. Now, while it's heroic and beautiful and manifests suffering, especially in old age, at the same time, we have to admit that His Holiness Benedict XVI saw that when that happens, John Paul II wasn't the one actually governing. And there's some things that happen in that interim time that I think that being in the CDF, that His Holiness Benedict XVI saw that I don't want that to happen on my watch. Wasn't necessarily a fault against John Paul II, but he wants to protect the Church from his own weakness. And the other thing that took place was when he visited, as Scott Hahn pointed out, the tomb, actually, of Celestine V, who's buried in a town in Italy called L'Aquila. And you can, if you go to L'Aquila, it's been destroyed some time ago by an earthquake. And the tomb, Celestine's there, and he actually took off his pallium, which is the sign of his metropolitan office, and left it there on the tomb. And no one, of course, knew what that was referring to at the time, but now we look back in hindsight and say, he's known for some time that this could take place. The only downside of Celestine V, in literature, of course, Dante put him in hell, because his refusal, called him the Great Refuser, because his abdication of the office ended in the election of a pope that caused us a lot of problems. So we pray that this isn't going to be the same thing.
Okay, well, we'll talk more about that in our next segment. That concludes our first part, and we'll be back with Father Kauth after this.